Hi to all, welcome to Sravani Android tutorial. In previous session we have discussed about introduction of Android, history of Android and what are the versions of Android, all those things we have discussed. Today we are going to discuss about a new topic, Android Studio installation and setup. So how to install a Android Studio, all those things we will discuss today. So previously to develop a Android applications we use Eclipse. So at that time there is no special official ID for Android. To develop a Android application there is no official IDE. So we used Eclipse to develop a Android application. Eclipse is not only for Android. We can develop any other applications like database applications, Java applications, any applications, C++ application, any applications we can develop in Eclipse. So what Google did is it introduced a new official ID for Android, is Android Studio. So in Android Studio we are going to develop a Android applications. So now we will see the what are the softwares we need to install a Android Studio. One is JDK and one is Android Studio. Okay, these are two softwares we need to develop a Android applications. Before installing a Android Studio, first what are the minimum requirements to have our system? Means Windows, for Windows what are the requirements? Just go to my blog Sravani Android blogspot.in. Here I have mentioned all the requirements for all the operating system like Windows, Mac OS, Linux. Mainly we need 2 GB RAM to install a Android Studio. But if you have a 2 GB RAM also, when you install a Android Studio, the performance is very slow, and to develop a Android application it's very complex. It takes a more time to develop and run the applications. So better to have a 4 GB RAM. If you don't have a 4 GB RAM, if your system is not supporting 4 GB RAM, then you can go for Eclipse instead of Android Studio. But nowadays every futures or if you want any Android samples or anything, both those are all are related to a Android Studio only. So better to migrate to a Android Studio. So first we'll see how to install JDK in our system. JDK SE Java SE. Just click on download button. Here is the latest Java SE 8 is a Java 8 is a latest version. So just accept license agreement, and if you want which operating system you want to install, the .exe file you can download. So once you downloaded the .exe file, just like other softwares, click on next, and finally you got a done button. So once you install the JDK, you need to set the path to our system. So how now we'll see how. Okay, first before installing before set the path to a environment variables, first we'll check that command is available or not in command prompt. Java C, this is one of the command in Java to compile a Java program. Java C is not recognized as an internal or external command. It was giving an error that it is not internal or external command because we haven't specified a path in environment variables. Now we set the path. Just go to start, right click on computer, properties, advanced system settings, click on environment variables. Here we have two categories of variables. One is user variables, one is system variables. Just click on user variables new. So here we have to give the name, variable name is path, and the value is the Java path where we have installed the Java path we need to give. The path is there in C program files. JDK was installed in program files, Java, JDK 1.8, bin folder. These all are executable files in bin. So just copy this path and paste it into a variable value. Just click on OK. So we have specified that path. Now we'll see whether the command is there in command prompt or not. First we need to restart the command prompt. Okay, Java C. Yeah, now it's came. So Java C is null. We get all the options for Java C command. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to install another software is Android Studio. So just go to blog. Here is the link for Android Studio. See, this is the official Android Studio IDE. Here 2.3.3 is the version of the Android Studio. Okay, just click on download Android Studio button. Once you click on that one, the Android Studio will be downloaded. You have, like other softwares, you have to install the Android Studio. I already have installed Android Studio in my system, so just click on Android Studio. Yeah, this is Android. Welcome to Android Studio. This is the version of 2.2.3 is the version of Android Studio. Start a new Android Studio project. When we start a new project, we click on, if you want that, we can click on that one. Open an existing Android Studio project. Already I have created a Android application in Android Studio. Just I go for open an existing Android project and check out project from version control. If I want to get the project from SPN or Git, and then I go for checkout project from version control. Import a project. If I develop the Android application in Excel, I want to that application I want to open in Android Studio, then we go for import project from Eclipse and import an Android code samples. Android SDK provides a different Android samples, action bar, Android provide. These are all the examples or samples was provided by Android Studio. If you want any sample, if you want to see, then just click on that application name and click on OK. Okay, so these all are samples. So now first we are creating a start a new Android Studio project. So this is our project details. First, my project name is first application. Okay, this is the package name. See, this is a very important, friends, because when you create a application in Android Studio, the package name is very important, because when you deploy the application into a Play Store, that Play Store will first checks that whether the package name is unique to the other application or not. If it is unique, then only it allows the application to deploy in Play Store. Otherwise, it rejects our applications. So how we know that whether our package name is available in Play Store or not? When you deploy our application into a Play Store, if it rejects our project, then we change the package name to other and we redeploy into a Play Store. And next, if you want a native support, just include C++ support. We are not including this one. And next, where we want to store our project. So I want to store, this is the location of my project. Just click on OK. Next, this is the select the form factories your app will run on. I already told that Android is a platform. So platform for phone, platform for VR, platform for TV, platform for Android Auto, platform for glass. So now we are developing the application for phone. Just I am selecting as a phone and tablet. And next one is the minimum SDK. So this minimum SDK means SDK API, from which API level you want to execute your app. You want to install from which API level onwards you want to install your APK to the devices. So that one you need to mention. So let us take an example. So I'm developing one applications. When I'm opening my applications, I want a authentication for my app. So what I have to do is I when I'm opening a application, I show a fingerprint sensor to the user. So when fingerprint is authenticated, then only my app will be opened. So fingerprint sensor only available from Android 6.0. Okay, below Android 6.0 was not supported fingerprint sensor. The devices which is the below Android 6.0 low level versions, so those devices are not supporting fingerprint sensor. Okay, if I develop these application and I upload to the Play Store, okay, anyone can download that applications, because I haven't mentioned any minimum SDK, the minimum SDK. So so anyone can download that application. So but if your device was not supported that fingerprint sensor, then there is no use to install your application, right. So if you mention that from only Android 6.0 onwards, only these applications can be installed. If you mention that one, so Play Store identify that if below Android 6.0 devices cannot support to install this APK, so that error will be given, that information is given into user. So that is the use of minimum SDK. So here I am selecting API 15. Yeah, add an activity to mobile. So we need to add a activity to our device. So what is an activity is nothing but it is a single screen in our application. So for example, if you take when you open a home screen, we get a in home screen we have different buttons, menu button, and different apps on our home screen. That is one screen, that is an activity in the application. So here I am selecting basic activity, empty activity, or I am selecting empty activity and click on next. So here customize the activity. Any activity consists of two files, one is activity and one is a layout. That activity we call it as the Java file. The activity is in a Java file. Professionally we can call it as a activity. And activity underscore main, this is an XML file. This file we call it as a layout. Professionally we call it as a layout. So any activity consists of two files, this activity name and layout name. In layout we write all the UI components will be included in layout file. And in activity file we can perform the actions, the what are the UI components we included in layout, that component actions will be performed in activity file. Okay, just click on finish. So our project is creating, this is a initializing module for phone, building our first application. In next classes we discuss about what is a Gradle, what is the project structure of our Android Studio application. All those things we will discuss in next coming videos. Okay. This is an Android Studio. Just close this one pop-up window. So In Android Studio, each application has its own window. So each application has its own workspace to develop a Android application. So there is no ambiguity apart from other apps. Okay. Yeah, when you open when the project was created, we get a two folders. One is app folder and one is Gradle scripts. So for better understanding, go to this pop down menu and click on project. So yeah, this is a first application project. We'll discuss about all we'll discuss this project structure in next classes. Okay, now we have created a application in Android Studio. Next what we have to do is, we need to, now our Android Studio is empty. There is no SDKs or APIs to develop a Android application. So we have to install the SDKs to Android Studio. Just click on here, Android SDK Manager and Android SDK. Here all the Android versions available here. Which version you want, which API version you want to develop, that API, that SDK you can download. For more information, if you click on show package detail, that package details will be comes under this API level, this version. So just click on OK. Once you select this one, just click on OK. That API, that Android SDK was created. So now you need to run the application in Android device or Android virtual device, that is called AVD. If you don't have a device to deploy our application, so you can go to create a Android Studio has a one option that to create a Android virtual device. Just click on AVD Manager. These are the four categories for creating a virtual device. Create a virtual device. I am creating for phone. Just click on XSS 480/800 resolution I am taking. Just click on OK. I am selecting the icon as this one, not API level 24. Just click on next. This is the AVD name. Just click on finish. Okay, now AVD was created. We need to deploy our application into a NXS AVD name. Okay, go to run app, initializing a ADP. Now we'll get an Nexus S here, Nexus S API 24. I selected this one and click on OK. AVD is launching now. Now our app will be opened in AVD. When you created an app, we get a two folders, app and Gradle scripts. These are the two modules we'll get app. So we no need to bother about Gradle scripts module. Just developer want to concentrate on app module. So we'll discuss in next sessions. We'll discuss about all what is an app, what is the structure of Android project structure. All those things we'll discuss. You no need to bother about this one. See here, AVD is similar like our phone. We have whatever the buttons in our phone, all the options are available in AVD also. So now we need to execute our application. APK is going to install in AVD. These are all options for AVD: back button, home button, menu button. If you want to use a fingerprint also, you can use. These are all our advanced options for AVD. battery, phone, direction pad, cellular, location. So if you want any advanced options, you can click on this one. So successfully we run our application in AVT. So for every application, these process will be same. This for the for if you want to develop any Android application, Android Studio, the process is same for all the applications. So next video we will discuss about Android components. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel to get more videos. Thank you.